It could be ranked as one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Yaoundé. ELIG is reputed for theft. Crime spikes in the neighborhood, but these locals barely bat an eyelid. In the midst of this screeching traffic, bustling pedestrians at ELIG go about their occupation. Here is Gara, he's 27. He ekes out a living from dissecting phones and giving them a rebirth.
We are here struggling with cell phones, charger, batteries, and we do repair watches too. Sometimes we earn 1,000 or 3, and during unlucky days, nothing.
Next to Gara is his friend in sunshade glasses. He decides to take me down the staircase, one of the many entrances to the neighborhood. Over 5,000 people live in ELIG, and half of this number hail from the northern part of the country, and the other are refugees from neighboring countries, unable to afford housing elsewhere in Yaoundé.
Nous vivons ensemble, les chrétiens, les musulmans, nous sommes ensemble, on n'a pas de problème.
We live here together, Christians like Muslims. We have got no problems. Some people are headstrong. They stay along the rails discussing. We find people selling at the side. They're barely surviving. We can't stop them. I'm not the one to effect such a change.
Dozens die annually due to their proximity to train tracks.
We've realized that people do occupy the railway tracks. In Yaoundé, we find them around EDZOA, which is a zone where the train passes through. So many inhabitants live there. We find the same scenario in Bonaberi.
Vous savez qu'avec cette occupation, nous avons d'abord le premier risque, les accidents.
The first risks are accident and very often deadly.
Observez, nous avons également la création des passages à niveau clandestin, par des camions, par des véhicules.
It is also an area known for clandestine activities, vandalism, and a social problem to the country.
Sur le rail, nous avons également le rail, la zone du rail qui devient dépotoir. Donc, c'est un phénomène qui est assez complexe, Donc, nous le vivons et c'est un sérieux problème.
Ibrahim is 37, and for 17 years of his life he has lived here, making a living from a restaurant he owns. Before his own eyes, he has seen many embrace death.
J'ai vécu des accidents en direct.
I have witnessed so many accidents. I recall the accidents of a certain March 8.
Aussi, c'est pas les habitants du quartier qui ont causé tout ça.
We find people who leave their neighborhoods and hang around the rail tracks. Again, there is a lot of noise here. If a train is approaching, people can't get it.
De gauche à droite, ce qui fait que quand le train passe, les gens n'entendent même pas.
Here, beer parlors are spotted along the street, where locally made beer, Bilibili, or call it Warawa, is produced and highly sought by residents.
A calabash costs 100 francs. We also sell in liters between 500 francs and 1,000 francs. We earn 5,000 to 10,000 francs per day.
ELIG is known for its large production. Some 200 liters are produced daily, and for a population of over 5,000, each head consumes at least 25 liters. Though they bear friends from nearby neighborhoods.
When I have money, I drink for approximately 2,000 francs. When I am broke, friends call me to beer.
To add more spice to it, cigarette is their favorite accompaniment. And when satisfied, this speaker provides them local rhythms. They dance out life's challenges. Someone whispered to my ear. The heavy intake of alcohol, cigarette, cannabis, and other forms of drug leaves residents in a helpless state when a locomotive approaches. The main reason for avoidable deaths. Elsewhere in the world, homes are kept at least 25 meters from train tracks, and the presence of officers prevents children from crossing or using tracks as shortcuts. Yeah, it is a different scenario.
Il y a trop de vols.
There is so much theft. The majority of thievery comes from outsiders. I mean, people leave their neighborhoods to steal here. They assault people who may be returning from school or the occupation. We are getting familiar with such theft.
Locals face a daily battle for dignity in the face of social exclusion and stigma, of course, due to its long-term stature of banditry. Gideon, for instance, is 29. He has been to jail on 3 separate occasions.
I have been to prison severally. I can't express myself well, so even to talk before the judge is sometimes difficult. Those who sue me to court are never present during court hearings, yet I always plead guilty.
He is feared by many, nicknamed Lion, and he has got other appellations due to his strength and acts of vandalism. But he calls them mere allegations.
Before I was a drug addict, I took all forms of drugs. But if I am saying this today, it is because I have changed. If I did all what I did, it is because I grew on the street. I didn't go through formal education. I wanted to be like others. If I saw a senior who is clean and probably on rent, I would love to do the same. That's how I grew.
Security here is a challenge. The board chair of the Cameroon Railway Company acknowledges that. But what his enterprise has done to keep encroachers away is like a drop in an ocean. He, however, says there are plans to keep people off train tracks.
Phénomène très social, lorsque les gens ont occupé l'espace, qu'il faut les déguerpir avec cette ampleur, je pense qu'il y a un travail qui doit être fait. Il faut d'abord la sensibilisation pour arrêter le phénomène. Et là, de ce côté, Camrail...
It's a social problem, and I think there is so much sensitization that we have got to do to keep the people out of the area.
De l'eau maîtriser à la vue, n'est-ce pas, d'un enfant qui traverse la voie ou bien d'un animal qui traverse la voie. Donc c'est très difficile, donc il s'agit de sauver des vies humaines.
Camrail is doing all it can. There is a problem of security. When the rain is in motion, it is difficult to master its movement, especially for a kid or a drunk.
Et là, à ce sujet, n'est-ce pas, nous sollicitons l'appui des communautés.
So it is all about saving life. Measures must be taken to avert that.
Qui a été engagé, qui est toujours mené par Camrail. Donc nous nous félicitons de l'accompagnement de l'État, des pouvoirs publics.
We do solicit the aid of local councils as we salute the efforts put by the government.
Un comité interministériel de délimitation et de matériel.
We want to believe that the problem will be examined with the creation of several structures to handle such issues.
Et représenté par des hauts responsables de l'organisation, notamment nous avons un directeur général adjoint et des directeurs qui viennent donc, c'est pour vous dire combien le problème est pris au sérieux par Camrail. Et nous espérons qu'avec des créations de structures de cette nature, le problème va être examiné.
Those who live here know how dangerous it is, but they don't know where to go to. They only seek shelter where their pockets can afford. The rest is just a detail.